And we just gonna roll right into this thing. What's good, what's happening, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy, it's your guy, Hollywood Shaq, back again with another one. Free game, get your notes out. In this video, someone just asked me if I was starting a clothing brand in 2024, how would I go about starting that? I just want to give y'all a quick rundown on some things that I would do that I've seen help people towards the end of 2023, including me myself, that can definitely help you get a head start going into 2024. So one of the first things to remember is that if you don't have information, you don't have a way of getting ahead, because the people that's getting ahead got information that they are using every day to get them steps ahead of the competition. So you're going to have to study, you're going to have to research, you're going to have to do homework, you're going to have to get familiar with terms, you're going to have to get familiar with fabrics, familiar with everything that comes with running a clothing brand. So before starting anything, research everything so you can be familiar with the shit that you finna start doing, because you're not gonna be perfect. But if you can go into starting something with at least an idea of what you finna get ready to do, your results should be a little bit better than someone that's just winging this shit from start to finish. So knowledge is going to be the first thing. After that, the next thing is what a lot of y'all like to do is go find manufacturers. I'm really not looking for the manufacturer part until I pretty much get a gist of understanding what it takes to develop a product. Like, I want to make sure when I hit up a manufacturer, I'm hitting up a manufacturer with at least a little bit of knowledge to know if I'm finna get screwed over in the deal or if I'm finna get the best interest out of a deal. So definitely make sure that you understand how to communicate with manufacturers before you start communicating with manufacturers, just to save yourself a headache and losing money, so forth and so on. Learn how to design, even if you don't think you're going to be the designer for your brand, because I don't design for my brand, but it's good to learn how to design just so you can know what to pinpoint, what to tell, what to direct your designer to do when it comes to putting out pieces for your project or whatever it is that you've been getting ready to make. Your next thing is to understand how to market, because if you don't know how to market, running the clothing brand means nothing. You just pretty much a designer if you don't know how to market what you're creating. So learn how to market. In today's times, I would say the top 3 leading marketing strategies probably is word of mouth, as always, influencer marketing, and probably SMS and email marketing. So I would get accustomed to influencer marketing and SMS email marketing with as much knowledge as possible. Now I give you a little gist of both of them. Influencer marketing, pretty much you're looking for people to do the content that you don't want to do for yourself, or not really that you don't want to do for yourself, but you just want a little bit of assistance in pushing content out because you don't want all the work on yourself. And this is something that in 2024 a lot of y'all need to get accustomed to doing, because this game is all about relationships and network, and the more people that you know, the more people that fuck with you, is the bigger chance you got of your drops being successful and continue to be successful every time you decide to drop. So relationship building with influencers is pretty much seeing what they doing and seeing how what they doing can benefit your brand, and whatever they doing, how can you benefit them in return. What if it's getting them pieces every time you drop, keeping them in the latest samples, reposting that shit, you know, so forth and so on, so y'all can grow together. Your objective is to find these individuals that's making content that you see got potential to grow as well. So if you see a content creator that got 5,000 to 10,000 followers, but their content is consistently good content, you know that person got potential to fucking get up out of here. So lock their relationship in with them now, so when you grow, they grow, y'all both grow together. That's networking. But a lot of people be looking for the big prize too fast, versus just look at who's in your same realm, who in your same lane, and start with them. Build your networking skills up with them, you know, because content is a major part of marketing in today's time, because people really need to see it, and how many times they see it plays a part in the times you're going to get sales. So the more influencers you got around to send pieces to send samples to help market, help get your name out there, the better for you in return on drop days, keeping your site open so people can keep coming in, build your SMS list, all that, so forth and so on. And on the other side of that, the SMS list. I use a site called Postscripts, but you got SMS Bump, you got Klaviyo, you got, it's many different SMS apps out there, but I only use Postscripts. The reason why I use Postscripts because it's just easier for me when I'm looking at it. It just look better to me. It's no different in any of them. It's probably like a few $5 to $10 price difference in all of them, but it's no real major difference. It's probably like Foot Locker, Foot Action, so forth and so on. It's all selling the same shit, but some you just like some better than you like the others. So it's no difference with the SMS email marketing. The key to this though is, what are you going to do to drive that force towards building your list? This is where the influencers come in, making the content for you that you don't want to make, so they can direct people towards your site, so people can start leaving you their information. You want to build up a strategic SMS list, because this is going to be your gateway to making sure when you drop, you don't have to make an Instagram post away for people to see it for them to go buy from you. You just already have a way to just send out a text message or send out an email when it's time for you to release, and you know your customers got that notification, so they can go ahead and come shop with you and go on about their day. Like, this is probably one of the fastest way to build demand behind your brand, because now you made it easier for your customer to keep up with you. All they gotta do is just leave you their phone number, and you just constantly just sending them updates about drops, restocks, giveaways, so forth and so on. It's just your way of connecting with your audience. Best way to do it. Aside from that, you want to get into building your Shopify store, which is what I highly recommend. Not because, you know, I'm using it, but Shopify is the best. Okay, so Shopify store, go ahead and get that created, get your Instagram created. Now, I know a lot of people be asking, is TikTok really necessary for clothing brands? Not really, because no real TikTok, well, no real brand that I know have TikTok. They have influencers that use TikTok for them, but you don't necessarily have to create a TikTok for your brand. Like, you can just find the people that's on TikTok making fashion content and just use them for your brand. So I wouldn't really make a content specifically for the brand, but I would make it for my personal usage, and then just show what the brand is doing for me on the personal side to my audience, to just grow more of an audience through that. But as far as making the content specifically for the brand on TikTok, you can, but me personally, I just don't think it's necessary. But Instagram, definitely make the Instagram and make it private, because if you want to find out who's actually interested in the things that you got to offer, and you only do that by posting it. Let the outsiders post about it, so they can send new people in that's interested in whatever it is that they just saw. So Instagram private, so you get around like 5,000 followers. Then you just release it to the public and just keep going with the content. Every content that the influencer posts, you take that, repost it on your page, and just boost it, turn it into a reel, stories, connect, repost, all this. Like, you just going all in this year. Like, this year is the year of connections, network, and relationship building. If you don't have any relationships, meaning no one to call, no one to tag in photos, no one to repost your photos, so forth and so on, you're behind. You're going to be behind. You don't have no influencers to help you make content. Your ego in a way, you think you can do it by yourself. You think it's going to be easier if you just on your own. You're going to be behind, okay? And the goal is to find a way to make it work. Not come in trying to be, oh, I'm gonna be different, I'm gonna make it. Oh, man, if that's your mindset, cool. But don't be using that as your stepping stool to get people to tune in to you because you just want to be so different. It's systems and it's ways to do this shit now. It's definitely ways to do it, but if you want to be different and do your own thing, by all means go ahead. By all means go ahead. But if you want to get 10 steps ahead, I just gave you a little bit of sauce that you can use that's going to get you 10 steps ahead. It's not going to get you 100 steps ahead, but that little bit can get you 10 steps ahead, because a lot of people are not using those systems because they want to be ego based and do all this shit themselves. Don't be that guy or girl. Don't be that person. Alright, so lock in on your clothing brand. Lock in on your clothing brand. Now, aside from that, once you get all that under your realm and under your belt and shit like that, manufacturers gonna come and go. But the most important thing with manufacturing is understanding that you holding down your side of the deal. Meaning you know exactly what to ask for. You know the sizes, you know the measurements, you know the weight, you know the GSM, you know the everything that goes into developing the product. When discussing with the manufacturer, you understand that. So you're going to know that it's not always the manufacturer that's supposed to get the product right. It's the work done between 50% manufacturer, 50% business owner. You tell him what needs to be done. And if what you telling him doesn't get done, then you check that off as, okay, this manufacturer is one that I should not be working with. You don't just go into the manufacturing process, expect them to explain or expect them to understand everything that you see in your mind for what your product is supposed to look like if you don't know how to tell it to them. Hold yourself accountable. Get in the damn books, start researching, not in the books, but get on social media, online, start researching how to develop a product, what goes into making the product. Go to your local shops that make clothes and your local print shops, ask them about different things, different measurements, different prints, different styles, different layers, different ways to do colors. Like ask these questions so when you talking to your manufacturer to discuss a business deal, you know what to say. You know how to get those deals. You know how to get free shipping. You know how to cut this price because this bulk price don't make sense because this, like, all, you know what to do. Don't get into this shit trying to wing it and then being mad when you see everybody else going 10K days, 50K days, 100K days. Those people are researching shit and taking the research and turning it into results. You ain't doing nothing but watching people, thinking that because it's you supposed to know how it's supposed to go. You just gonna wing it and hope for the best. Keep being dumb if you want to. It's 2024. Times are getting faster. And if you've been in this game since 2020 to now, then you know exactly how fast it's been going. And it's only going to get faster. And this year is not the year to play around. This year is the year to get informed. If you're not informed, you're going to be behind. And sorry to tell it to you like this, but it's just the truth. You're going to be behind. But if you need assistance, you can join Hollywood University Marketing Academy. We got over 200 people. I'm teaching you every day how to market, how to use social media to your advantage, how to build your personal brand or be behind the face and build your own brand with user influencers. I give marketing classes every Monday. We do one-on-one classes. It's a community that's helping you become what you really trying to become. No less than $10,000 a month is what we trying to get you to. So if that's what you need, like-minded individuals around you to help you get to that position, tap into the community. The link will be down low in the description. Come holler at me. But this is a video to help you understand that times is getting faster. You need to get a little bit more informed to make yourself valuable so people can want to hear, see, and be a part of what you got to offer to the world. Hollywood out.